college, I never wanted to major in music. I minored in music. And then it was around my junior year is when I discovered this pianist named George Winston. At the same time, I really became obsessed with this band, The Doors. And with Ray Manzarek, oh my God, I could listen to him for hours. And then one day I learned that actually George Winston, a pianist, he did an album that commemorated The Doors. And that was like, worlds combining. And so it was just the best experience in my musical career. One of the best is whenever I discovered that. And then from then on I said, you know what, I want to write my own music. I want to do this. So from then until my latest album, which came out last November, everything had just been to the point where I'm making a living. When that moment hit, I was like, oh man, this is what it is. And I've never been happier. There's two words that come to mind right now. There's interpretation and creation. In order to have good creation, you have to have a history of interpretation. So being able, having grown up playing a lot of these blues and rock and roll, and then George Winston, and I've had some classical training before, but especially I really love romantic and impressionistic music. I've loved all that. All of that interpretation that I've done was able to help me create. And when you have that ability to be able to pull something that you know and put it into something of your own, once you do it more and more, and it gets more fun, it gets more engaging, you feel like you get better at it. So that was just this kind of addictive, snowball effect that happened. When I started with Synesthesia, I really liked the idea of doing something kind of cool and scientific. I love science, even though I'm not at all good at science. But I love it, and I love whenever artists, particularly musicians, do something really cool with things that are natural in the earth, right? Like science and math and just the way things are shaped and the way things sound, things that are natural and perfect. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have something that's really specific, but at the same time easy enough to understand and explain. So I was playing music, writing music for this, and I really liked the idea of playing a melody in my right hand and then one in the left. So I looked up a lot of terms and cool things that had to deal with mirroring and reflection, and I came across chirality, and I read the label and I went, that is the coolest word in the world. And I didn't know what it meant. So I read it and I went, oh, okay, so it's like when a reflection is non-identical. Like if you did your hands and you try and superimpose, they don't match. And I thought I could do that with a melody. So let's say this one. So based on the directions of each note, dun, 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 I took that pattern and I acted as if there was a mirror right here, and what it would be is if I were to reflect it. So again. So I thought, I loved the theme, I fell in love with it, and it made me really just express myself in a way that I've never done. And two, it was very challenging. With interpretation, you have very challenging pieces. When it comes to creation, if you challenge yourself and some of your own stuff, you really grow. I've never grown more musically than challenging myself with my own creation. All you hear on the album is just piano. It's the simplicity alone of it. It is something palpable, and you can hold it and you can feel it. And piano has that opportunity. It's so big, it's so grand, it's almost just like this big moving force that even through a headphones and through a CD, you can still feel the power of it. So that's why I just love the instrument.